guys, and welcome back to Garden of Kaylan. Now that summer's coming to an end, I can finally put up my Christmas tree. Okay, maybe it's a little bit early, but I am one of those pumpkin spice latte girlies. Pretty sure no one is surprised by that. Anyway, I gotta show you guys how well a lot of my plants did over the summertime, highlight a few of my favorites at the moment, and just kind of get into some fall vibes. Why not? But before we get started, hi, I'm Kayla and welcome back. If you're new here, welcome, and be sure to subscribe if plants are your vibe. Now let's look at some plants. You guys, oh my goodness, look how red this has gotten in my cabinet under the grow light. So this is my Hoya Sunrise that started off as such a baby little cutting. I have a real big one. Well, not real big, but I have a bigger one that is not sun stressed at all. So this is kind of like the star of the show. And I am so obsessed with the sun stressing on it. This is like 100% fall vibes right here. It's just gotten so vibrant under that grow light. It hasn't flowered for me yet, but I don't even care because like I am obsessed with this Hoya at the moment. This is what I was looking for when I went to find a Hoya Sunrise, and it does not disappoint. I still have it in this baby terracotta pot, but if I can find a clip from last like December, I think this was just one leaf or two leaves maybe. So the fact that it has grown, it's not massive yet, but the fact that it has grown out so beautifully with these vibrant colors is everything that I hoped for. And I really cannot stop obsessing over it. I continuously post it on my Instagram, and yeah, I'm just in love with it right now. So I had to hop on here and show this one first because I had to make sure everybody sees how gorgeous this is. And actually the whole bottom part of my cabinet in my bedroom is really giving me fall vibes. So of course I have to show it to you guys. It's not anything to write home about, but I just love how everything is the perfect size for this cabinet right now. My Laisha Turtleback is also in there at the moment. And I just have to pop it out real quick to show you guys all the growth on here. When I got it a few months ago, I think I unboxed it on here, or I know I've shown it on here before, and it only had 2 leaves and it's been growing so beautifully. I had it in my terrarium, but it started getting a little bit too tall for the terrarium. So yeah, I just have it living in the cabinet and it's really loving life right now and just absolutely gorgeous in there, y'all. Oh my goodness, I cannot stop obsessing about this plant either. It's such a good combination of color, contrast, and texture, and I love that about this plant. I am a little bit uncertain about the future of this plant because it looks like it kind of grows up on this stem, like it grows up and just has hair at the top, so to speak, kind of like a tree. So I am on the hunt for a situation that is going to fit this plant and its growth because it is growing a little bit faster than I anticipated. I'm just kind of getting prepped for that now, but yeah, it's looking great. And the next one I fell in love with before I even got it. And then when it arrived, it looked like it wasn't going to be doing much. It looked like I was going to have to wait several months before I got results. And then one day recently, it just suddenly exploded out of nowhere, and it is hands down my favorite plant at the moment. This is the Philanthus Mirabilis, and yeah, it came as this bulb, so it was just one big bulb. There were no leaves on it, there was nothing going on, and I put it under a light and just waited and waited, and it did not do anything until I put it on a heat mat, and then it exploded. So this is what we're working with, and I really feel like every day I look at it and there's like 4 more leaves. The leaves on this are literally multiplying by the day. I mean, it is incredible how fast it's growing, especially considering it wasn't doing anything for a minute until I hit it with that heat mat. But yeah, this is still quite small. If you actually like Google this and see how the mature ones look, this is such a beautiful plant. I have a thing for like bulbs and like, what is it, caudex plants, caude plants right now, meaning like these big stumps and then there's something crazy that explodes from them. I actually have 3 now, so I'm looking, or is it 4? So I have 4 at the moment, 3 of which are doing quite well, honestly. But this one is my favorite of them all. This is my favorite plant altogether. And then the back of the leaves have like this red undertone. So it's really giving me autumn vibes. It's just such a gorgeous, gorgeous plant. And the pot that I have it in, I feel like complements the plant as a whole. But it's just such an oddball, just such a crazy looking plant, but still so beautiful. I don't know what it is about this that makes me go so crazy, but yeah, I'm really, really enthusiastic about the growth on here. I'm really looking forward to it getting a lot bigger. I'm going to keep it on the heat mat. It's in a cabinet right now under a grow light and again on that mat, but I don't want to lose it. I don't want it to go dormant this winter. Maybe that's not a good thing for me to do, but I'm just so obsessed with the growth on here, with the leaves on here, that I'm just going to try my hand anyway. But does anyone watching actually have this? Because I'm quite curious to see what it does in the wintertime. Like, what is your experience with it? How does it grow? Does it go dormant in the winter? Do you think it will go dormant if I keep it on the heat mat under the light? I have a lot of questions. So let me know if you have this. And yeah, very, very obsessed with this right now. And then check out this little baby begonia that I got. So this is the begonia Black Magic. And I am not a fan of begonias, but I am a fan of dark plants. So I really had to make some life decisions when getting this one. And I got a really small one. So see, it's still in the tiny little pot, still in moss. So I had to determine whether or not I could manage the care for this. I've had it for about a month and it has pushed out a few new leaves since then. So I'm thinking that it's fine for now. I know with begonias, I usually bring them home and they look so beautiful. And then like a month later, there are 2 leaves left on it. So this one is kind of okay. And looking at it on camera, I'm just like, trying to contain my excitement for how gorgeous it is. So you see the front of it, but the view that I'm getting right now is this one. And that is like out of this world. Still not a begonia queen yet, but I did like this one. So I won't lie, lately my larger plant areas have been like wearing me out. The constant care and watering has just been, it's just a lot of maintenance. And I feel like that is something important to point out when it comes to having a billion plants in a space, especially indoors or even outdoors, honestly. But like the watering, the pruning, the checking for pests, and God forbid you catch a pest outbreak, then treating everything. It's just been wearing me out this summer. So I'm kind of looking forward to a slower growing season to where I can kind of take a step back, but it has not been without reward. I've got a lot of new growth and everybody's looking good. Everybody seems to be happy right now. But due to the crazy growth, also, I've had to propagate a lot of stuff and like chop it down and fill up pots and give a lot of plants away. So I've been thinning it out along the way too. But look at this Anthurium No ID. This perfect leaf on here, y'all. Oh my gosh. So this outgrew the cabinet and I had to put it in here with a bunch and it pushed out this new leaf and I can't stop obsessing over it now. And then the back of it is red. It's got like some red veining going on back there. It's just so, so gorgeous. And if I turn it just at the right angle, you can see like the shimmer on it, y'all. It's nice and dark. It's just gorgeous. And I've got to point out my Blackpagota lipstick plant that bloomed all summer. I kid you not. It's still blooming even now. So about once a week, I have to come in here and like sweep up the old blooms that fall off. And it's just growing really beautifully, especially if you take into account that I had to completely chop this whole thing back because I had it up on the shelf and forgot to water it. So yeah, it's definitely been doing a great job at making a comeback. It had one just random long vine, so I cut that long vine out just to even it out, and I've got that propagating now. So this lipstick plant is definitely one that I think is underrated, especially with the purple on the underside of the leaves and just how beautiful it is altogether, even without you seeing the backs. The fronts even have this contrast of colors. So yeah, this is definitely one that I am obsessed with right now. One plant in particular that I'm loving right now is my Alocasia Fred EG variegated, and I I am obsessed with the amazing variegation on this right now. I had a lot of issues with this one at first because it just kept on getting spider mites, but then it needed a little bit brighter light than, say, the regular Alocasia Fred EG because of the variegation. So it was about finding the balance of light and moisture and a good watering schedule to keep this from stressing out and getting those spider mites. But I treat it on a regular basis still, just in case. I just can't get over how beautiful the variegation is on these leaves. Like, I got a very, very good Alocasia Fred EG. A lot of times I just kind of see like the splotches of cream here and there, but these are beautifully variegated. I have a little bit of damage that I have knots to thank for, but it's growing really well right now. I even have a new leaf coming in right there. So I think we're doing okay for right now. I am a little bit worried about the winter time and like what that's going to look like for this guy, but yeah, he's looking so good right now. Same thing goes for this Zinnia ARA. Oh my goodness. Like, I just put it up on a moss bowl recently because it was starting to get a little bit wonky and I don't want to risk it snapping, but this is in my bedroom too and it's been doing really good. This plant arrived very damaged. There wasn't a single leaf on it just because of the summer heat, which was okay. Like for Zinnia, I was like, okay, that'll be fine. That'll bounce back, but it definitely bounced back very well. I'm very pleased with how good it looks for right now, and the leaves are nice and like hardy looking. I'm quite impressed with the coloring that's coming out on here. Like, that's gorgeous. So just imagine when it gets bigger. I'm hoping that it keeps this variegation that it has because yeah, these are some good genetics. Hopefully it stays this way. And doesn't like revert or anything like that, but so far so good. I feel like I was really able to get a lot of wish list plants over the summer, and one of them just happened to be another version of the Hoya Polyura. So I have the regular Polyura and I quickly fixated on that one and decided that I wanted every version of them that existed. So far I only have the two, but yeah, this one does not disappoint. I keep such a close eye on it that I could probably tell you the date and time that each new leaf emerged. Like, girl, get a life. These grow so quickly and I love the growth pattern, the mermaid tail growth pattern of the leaves. And I think that's what I love about this Hoya, coupled with the fact that it grows quickly and it's easy to care for. But yeah, look how gorgeous this is. I was so stoked when I finally got it. I was like, I can't believe I finally have this. So I have this growing right now in Fluvostratum, which I swear by for Hoyas, and my naked root planter, which I also swear by. But yeah, I am just so happy that I finally have this and that it's growing so well. The other one, the regular one that I got like a year before this one, is such a big plant now, and I look at it and I'm like, wow, you grew fast. Before I know it, I'm gonna look at this one and be like, wow, you are up on a trellis and like doing your thing. Anyway, I'm rambling. I really love this plant. Highly recommend. Oh my gosh, look at the colors on here, y'all. I've really been working on getting more Syngoniums, but I find that like once you get a select number of them, they all kind of start looking alike. And one that is set apart from the rest is the Syngonium Red Arrow. That is beautiful in the front and beautiful in the back. Do you see that color? So that red, like that maroon color in the back, is one of my favorites. I think that this could also be like the epitome of fall plants just because of the darkness, but red undertone. Like, this is such a warm plant. At first I struggled with this Syngonium so much, which was an absolute shock to me because I was like, it's a Syngonium. They're not even hard. But this one was taking me out, y'all. And I finally got it right. Figured out I was overwatering it big time. And now we're on a better note. Now we're doing really good. And she's gonna have to go up onto a trellis or something like yesterday because these are, I mean, yeah, it's time. So yeah, this is one, look at that. This is one of my favorite Syngoniums, for sure. I don't have a whole lot of them, or at least I feel like I don't have a whole lot. And then I feel like I would walk around and gather them all and be like, oh, I kind of have like 50 of them. But I feel like I don't have a lot in comparison to like my philodendron and Anthurium collection and Hoya collection. This was on my wish list. I finally got it. and I finally learned how to care for them. And now it's kind of starting to grow out of control here, which is exactly what I was looking for. I was watering plants the other day and then saw this one like, whoa. You ever look at a plant that you got as just a baby or a cutting, and then one day you're like, wait, why are you big now? Like, what's going on? This one, not so much, but it's definitely grown a lot since I got it. This is my variegated Synapsis Jade, and y'all, the variegation is doing its thing here, let me tell you. So these typically are really slow growers in my care, but I put this one under a grow light to kind of speed it up. I can't see the variegation on it. To kind of speed it up, and it is definitely worth the electricity bill because wow, it almost seems like there's a little bit of blue in there too. This is exactly what I was expecting when I got this plant. It's actually more than what I expected. Like, it's outdone my expectations here, and I'm just so happy with how it's starting to turn out. And I can tell you already for sure right now that this is absolutely going onto something like a moss pole to climb so that I can get bigger and bigger leaves. Like the Exotica that I have is just on a trellis, so it's not even on a moss pole, and the leaves have gotten so big, and I don't even have it in like bright light. So just imagine what this one's gonna look like once I get it up on something and it starts growing big leaves. Like, gorgeous. I noticed that I slowly, not even slowly, but I really started getting into Synapsis and collecting as many of them as I could. Even the regular ones are out of this world and beautiful. So I honestly don't even need like a fancy variegated version. But yeah, this definitely helps. This helps for sure. So as I mentioned, I got this over the summer, but I also got the Synapsis like dark form over the summer. And I have that one right literally on a south facing window, and it's not getting leaves this big yet. So I don't know what's going on, but yeah, this is definitely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. If I had to say so, I would say that this was definitely a summer of Hoya, because I collected so many over the summer. Only problem is they all look like this. So small, just little cuttings. So this was just a one leaf cutting, and then it grew a long tendril and I cut that tendril. But you guys, and I got it simply because of this leaf right here. This wasn't on here, but this is what I was looking for when I got it. And yeah, it's giving me exactly what I got it for. Almost like it has a disease, honestly. But I don't know. I think that's what I like about it, that it looks like weird and crunchy or something. I don't know. But yeah, I am all for weird Hoyas right now. Forever. I'm all for weird Hoyas. Big leaf Hoyas, long leaf Hoyas especially. And then you couple that with the darkness and the splash. You know, sign me up. Sign me right on up, because I'm going to get every one that I can afford. There are several more on my wish list right now, but like I said, that I can afford. So I'm just kind of waiting that out. And I don't know, maybe sometime soon you guys will see like some real rare Hoyas on the list. But yeah, so far we're on a good roll. In lieu of the fall theme that I'm trying to go for today, I had to dig this one out. This is my Philodendron Red Heart, and when the leaves emerge, this whole center is like this bright red color. It's crazy, you guys. I cannot get over how dark and beautiful this is. And then of course, as they harden off, they go into this black color, and the leaves, like, this is not a problem with the leaf. This is just how it grows, like this funkiness. It is like they kind of fan out into this funky shape. I have zero complaints with this. It is absolutely gorgeous. Well, I do have a complaint because I kept getting spider mites, but that was a me thing, taking accountability here. But yeah, look how freaking gorgeous this leaf is. Like, what in the world? How is this so beautiful, you guys? I was never able to figure out what it's a hybrid of, but this color makes me think that there's some like black cardinal in there somewhere. And these leaves are real thick and like waxy. It's really incredible, honestly. I am obsessed with this plant, and it's been pretty low maintenance, save for the watering issue that caused spider mites. But Like, what the heck? I don't even really see this. Who could pass this up when they walk past it? The next one isn't really fall vibes, but I just got it a few weeks ago, and I guess I'm just pressed to show you guys. I don't know, but this is my Philodendron Ring of Fire, which is nothing new, but it's the narrow form. So I have the regular form. And of course, when I saw this one, I was like, why do I need this? Why did I need this? I already have one, but I don't have the narrow form. That's the thing. And it's got some lovely variegation on it, but I don't care about the variegation as much as I care about the long, narrow leaves. Oh, I got this from the Nursery Project. I've not seen a narrow leaf Ring of Fire before. Never. So I don't know if this was a fluke. I don't care. $40. I don't know. Maybe I got robbed. Maybe I didn't. I was okay paying $40 on it. But yeah, I am so happy with how it looks. So stay tuned for this one. We're going to find out if, as it matures, if these leaves stay narrow or I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. I know I'm all over the place here, but bear with me. My Thai pink lipstick plant came all in one pot and I divided it, and this is the smallest one that I got from that. Like, are you for real? It hasn't bloomed yet though, so we're still waiting on that. The month of September makes it 1 year since I put my Philodendron micans up on a moss pole, and the results are in. I love it so much. I love the Philodendron micans in general, so it's really cool to be able to grow it in so many different ways, like up this pole or just trelling downward. I even upcycled this metal mannequin into a trellis for one of my micans, and I love them all, honestly. So you guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Something I wanted to point out really briefly is that I recently hit 5,000 subscribers, and while that's still a very small channel, that is insane, and it's humbling to know that there are at least 5,000 people in the world that are crazy enough to want to sit and listen to me ramble on and on about plants. So thank you guys so much for your support and for your loyalty and for showing up time and time again. It's really something that I genuinely sit and think about, and I just feel so grateful for. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, seriously, and I will see you guys in the next one.